Okay, so data mines have finished, I guess, being released, but as the game is in maintenance still until 5 a.m. Eastern Time, we are just gonna have to use dblegends.net to do the weekly breakdown. First thing I wanted to do was just go over Legend Super Vegeta. He is a melee type, as I thought. Uh, just the main thing to note, he has 2 AoE green card notifications. His multipliers aren't actually crazy. Not not so much a drastic change for a new rarity. It's actually pretty much on par with Gohan, Boo, all these recent units that we've been getting. And I think that's a good thing. He has some very strong mechanics, but nothing screams at me that he's gonna be, you know, meta resetting or whatever. We don't know his stat spread yet. If we just take a look here. Max stats, strike attack, and then blast attack. They're actually kind of similar. I don't know how this scales. 278 and then 254. Oh, obviously that is a little bit more strike, or a lot more strike, but, you know, not bad. I mean, yeah, these data mines take a while to come out, but yeah, that's the main thing. Another main thing is that he is stacking a lot of damage. He stacks damage on his green card based on the arts card drawn. On his strike card, he is stacking damage card penetration. And then whenever he draws a card, he's also stacking, very similar to his green card. So a lot of damage stacks. So he's going to be able to... I feel that the best way to utilize him is just to chain cards just one after the other, just because the damage card penetration for 30% for 5 counts is actually really powerful. And just chaining that, you are able to get all 4 cards out with him if you have like 4 strikes or 4 blasts. You can stack that up to 100, what is that, 120% damage card penetration. So pretty good. We were not able to see this in the breakdown, but he does hold a strike and a blast, and the strike gives him 25% damage on use for 10 counts. That's pretty good. This is for low area damage up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. He looks really good, and we can just go ahead and move on to them. We were not able to see them, but it does appear that they are a range type, and they're blue. Goku is blue. Vegeta's purple. I knew this was gonna be the thing. It was very clear that they're trying to replicate the first anniversary. And you know, the elements for this Goku and Vegeta during first anniversary were blue and purple. So it was very clear to me that they were gonna do the same thing. It does seem that they have different abilities for each one. And they had a Twitter announcement that said something similar. So, for Goku, they are a range type again. They are on a bunch of teams: Sun Family, Vegeta Clan, Saiyans, God Key. This is the anime version, so this is not sagas from the movies. Keep that in mind. Switch ability. You forgot I'm in this show too. You tag switch to Vegeta and go to purple. Drop the 2 cards if hand has 3 or fewer. Key plus 40, 30% damage. Cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, and then no switching for 3 counts 3 times. That's pretty strong. 2 cards drawn is really good. Key 40 is really good. You're getting damage, and canceling attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, that's good for paralysis, bleed. There's also cost up, which isn't honestly as much of an issue as it was in the past few weeks, considering the relevance of the Super Saiyan 4s have dropped pretty significantly in my opinion. Yeah, so that's good. Obviously it's still good, but you know, not as important. And then the no switching, we know how insane that is. It's 3 times, which I think is a good thing. You could just switch into Vegeta and Rush. And yeah. Start ability. 320% damage, that's on par with Super Vegito, and then 230%, that's 30% less than Super Vegito. 50% key recovery, and he does have card draw speed. On battlefield entry, draw a card if hand has 3 or fewer, key plus 30, switch gauge 100%, okay, that's every time, and then destroy an enemy card. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's obviously really good. Switch gauge 100%. Goku and God Goku and Hit had something similar, but every time they switch it was 40%. But being able to automatically switch is actually pretty good for him. On enemy character confrontation, he gets 10% HP. He gets damage card for 10% for 10 counts. He gets defensive neutral on enemy key minus 30. So this does include battlefield entry too, because that does count as enemy character confrontation. So he's getting additional damage card. He's getting HP. Defensive neutral again. It's pretty good. And then minor disrupt there. Strike Blast special arts use. He gets 3% HP, key plus 10, 30% damage, uncancelable up to 150%. Okay. Alright. And then effects reset on tag switch. And then nullify special, and he gets cover null one time, and it resets on switch and tag switch, so that's pretty good. That's a green card. After 5 timer counts have elapsed while on battlefield, counts shared between Goku and Vegeta. Draw up to 2 cards if hand has 3 or fewer. Key 40, protect cancel 5 counts, and all enemy arts cost plus 10, and he has a cover change, he gets strikes, combo points for blue. Alright, let's see. Let's break this all down. So he's able to get 150% damage, but it resets every time you tag switch. So you're gonna have to use 5 cards again. Which is a little iffy. I would have much preferred that they just get this and then they keep it, like, after the first time. But if we add that, he's getting 470% damage. Healing's always nice. Key's always nice. Hover null. And then he gets this. This is just once, and then it resets. Heckhand's good, because there's a lot of destruction in the meta right now. 40 key. Yeah, that's pretty good. So this is really going to coincide well with this effect. Just because they're able to draw the cards necessary to get their damage. And then the arts cost is really good. Z ability is God Key, Sun Family, or Vegeta Clan. 35% base blast attack and defense, and if God Key, 18% strike defense. They hold normal strike and blast cards. They actually do have blast armor, which is good. And then blast card, you get special move arts cost minus 3 for 15 counts. That's pretty good. That doesn't really make... No, I'm thinking of something else. Green card. On activation, draw a card, key plus 30, damage plus 30%, 15 counts, and then cover null for 5 counts, and it's comboable. I believe this was a melee green card. I actually cannot remember. But it's something that's comboable, so it's either melee, AoE, or projectile. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty standard, I think. And then the blue card. It is a melee blue, massive impact damage, special move damage plus 30%, nullify endurance, and then seal enemy card slot for 10 counts. That's annoying. This is nullify endurance. 1% sparkings usually don't get endurance nullification on blue cards, but it's a welcome change. Alright, let's move on to the Vegeta side. Switch ability, I'm done waiting. Tag switch to Goku and element blue. Gets a blue card, 40 key. Special move damage plus 80%. Wow, okay. Goes type neutral, and then cancel attribute downgrades on move, because that's pretty strong too. Yeah, okay. Unique gauge, or unique ability, sorry. Power earned through hard work. On battlefield entry, that looks the same. Yeah. This is also the same. That is also the same. That is also the same. These are all the same. Looks like it's all the same. The one thing I'm wondering... Oh, no, I missed this. You actually draw a blue card. when you attack switch to Goku, so you're pretty much always going to end the combo with a blue card. This very much looks like a very similar dynamic to the Tag 4s. Because if you guys recall, we can go ahead and pull them up. Goku, you attack switch to Vegeta, he gets double card draw speed, you spam all the cards out, and then you switch back to Goku, you draw a blue card, and you end the combo there. This seems like a very similar dynamic in that sense, where you're comboing, you're able to draw all these cards with both sides, not just Vegeta's side. And then you switch back, and you end it with a blue card. It's pretty good. I kind of like that. They're very definite purpose, but their kits are pretty similar. Yeah, they look good. They look actually pretty fun. I'm gonna have fun with them. Alright, moving on to equipment, we have this one. This is, I'm assuming it is the co-op equipment. This is for Fusion Warrior and Majin Buu Saga. So, both of them. So, Super Vegeta, Gotenks, those. Special move damage and special move and ultimate damage, 10%. 12% to base strike and blast attack, and 12% to pure strike and blast attack when Super Saiyan is a battle member and when Potaro is a battle member. So obviously this is for Vegetos, and Gotenks is when you're using them next to a Vegito. This is very standard. I could really wish there was HP on this, but even then, the numbers are kind of low. The numbers are pretty low. 12% to each is kind of eh. And Vegito and Gotenks already have very, very good equipment. AKA the Majin Buu Saga Plat. They have other PvP equipment, stuff like that. So I don't think this is really necessary at all. Up next is an Awakened equipment. This is for God Ki and Range type. So right off the bat, I'm thinking there's a lot of characters that can use this. God Ki and Range. I mean, we just go to... Who's God Ki here? Rose. Please load. There we go. God Ki. You got Ultra UI. You have them, of course. You have Evolution Blue Vegeta. Yeah, I mean, obviously some of these aren't up to date, but if we do, they'll be able to use this. Let's go ahead and check what this says. 10% to base offenses. Then additional 15% to base offenses. And then 10% to own Pure Strike if a Saiyan other than this character is a battle member, and then 10% to own Pure Blast if a God Ki other than this character is a battle member. Obviously very hyper offensive. This is giving 25% base offenses, and then 15% pure, which isn't bad. Which isn't bad at all. But again, not really necessary. I don't think. All these characters that I mentioned already have very cracked out equipment that you don't really need to be replacing. We'll see. And then this must be the PvP equipment. Fusion Warrior. 10% to health restoration, 12% to HP, 20% to base blast defense, and then 20% to pure blast defense if this character is Buu Saga. They've been doing this a lot lately. I'm not really sure why, but we just take a look at the most recent equipment. Where does the equipment start? I guess it'll be down more, right? Let's starts from here. This one was defensive. This Gohan one, the Super Saiyan 4 was defensive. This Vegeta one was offensive and defensive. No, just the offensive. Why did where else? Here. This Buu, the Ultra Buu PvP season was a defensive one, and now this one's defensive. Why? I mean, yeah, a lot of the equipment that we have for PvP for these characters that kind of overlap are offensive, so I kind of understand. But yeah, this is a very good offensive one. This is for all Fusion Warriors that are Buu Saga. But honestly, there's not really any Super Vegeta or Gotenks that you want to build defensives, but it's there, I guess, so sure. I think the final piece would be both data mines and the banner itself. So let's go ahead and check the banner out. It is a pretty good banner. It actually is a really good banner. You do have pity. It's actually better than Ultra Pity. You need 100 less summons, and let me just clarify. It's not saying you need to do 500 multis, it's 500 summons total. each multi is considered 10 summons. That's why it's called a multi, right? So realistically, you need to do 50 summons, and if we take a look at the steps, it's formatted very similar to the Ultra Banners. 4 steps, fourth one is free, and the second one has double rates, or double legend rates, I believe it was called. It doesn't say here for some reason, but yeah. The second step does have double legend rates. So he is dropping at a 0.5% rate, which is the same as LF characters, but you're getting 2000 Z power, which is the same as Ultra characters. So realistically, you can max him out in 5 copies. That's really, really good. Unfortunately, it seems like they're giving the Legends tickets and there's no pity coins, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's take a look. Super Vegeta himself is at 0.5%. The 1% are actually at 1%, and it's giving 1200 C power. That's good. We take a look at the other ones. These guys are all due for a unique equipment at this point, and Super Vegeta is the old Zenkai Super Vegeta is the new Legend Super Vegeta's best bench by far. And that seems to be it. Take a look at some of these other ones. Yeah. I'm kind of curious why they're dropping Nappa, but they're not dropping the other... Because this is part 2 of 7th anniversary. Why are they not dropping the part 1 Spark thing? A little odd. But, yeah. Seems to be it. And yeah, this is a really good banner. High value, I believe. And if we just go... We can go ahead and take a look at the data mines. They came in really late this time. But shout out Hydros. Hydros. We'll scroll all the way down. We just take a look at some of these images. Here's Vegeta himself. We have card sleeves for Vegeta. They look pretty good. We have card sleeves for... I don't even know. Is this Chi-Chi? This doesn't look like Chi-Chi. This is the worker at the cafe shop Boo went to. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't know what this ad is. Let me scroll up, please. And it's frozen. Okay, so it seems that Opera has frozen. I'll be right back once it's on. Oh, look, looks like it's there. All right, cool. Let's scroll back down again. Here we are. More card sleeves. I think this is Vegeta's alternate art or title screen, either one. We have Candy Jito as a card sleeve, and here's the banner itself. 2000 Z power, and then 2 times rate for Legend on step 2. We have these. These are low-key scams, so don't bother. We got the backgrounds. We have the new PvP icon. What else? This is the new campaign that's gonna happen after this Boo Saga or Boo campaign, called the New Legend. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. And here's the new PvP season, Unrivaled Duel. We have a double raid that's happening against both Blue Goku and the old Super Vegeta. So that's just more free stuff. Super Vegeta is a Battle Romans member, of course. What else? There's these. There's a team battle that's happening. There's more free stuff. Here's the title screen. It's just describing the Legends action. And just superior element. And this is missions for the team battle. LR rates up. Trapping the area change attack. The title screen and the new equipment. I believe that is it. Yup. So yeah, pretty packed week. As of me recording this, there's about 3.5 hours until maintenance is up. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of content. Good luck on your summons. Let me know what you guys think about both the Legend of Vegeta and the Blue Goku and Vegeta, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.